get you out to Honolulu right now, where Lala's bands are lashing. Powerful winds, heavy rain, a tropical storm warning is in effect. Fox Weather Correspondent Katie Byrne is on the ground in Honolulu with the latest. Katie, they've extended that flash flood warning yet again, but this time on the north end of the island, where that band still continues to bring a lot of danger, especially in that mountainous terrain.
They've been getting hammered over there for a while. We've had a bit of a break for the last hour or so, Jane, when it comes to that rain, but the winds are still very powerful, and we know that rain's going to make its way back to us at some point today and kind of stick around and linger for most of the day. That's why a lot of folks are planning to stay inside for the rest of the day, and a lot of folks are also in a power outage. We've got those outage numbers growing for us here on this island. Roughly 40% of customers are without power right now, and that includes a strip of hotels right along Waikiki Beach where a lot of guests are staying. When you look out at the water, it looks beautiful right now, but certainly choppy. No one's out there risking these elements right now. And in fact, ocean safety officials are warning people that it's just too dangerous for people to be swimming, let alone anything else. It's just not the right day for it. They had to actually shutter the lifeguard stands because of the conditions. The lifeguards are still patrolling the waters. Still, the recommendation is to not get in the water. Tragically, we know that the storm has turned deadly over on the Big Island, where the first initial impacts were. We saw and heard from Hawaii Governor Josh Green, who says one person was killed in a storm-related car crash there. And right now, officials say there's a search and rescue mission underway after as much as 3 feet of rain fell in parts of that island, leading to homes being swept completely off of their foundations. Officials believe those homes were occupied. We're watching for updates on that. Now, the power outages, they're not only here where we are, but of course over on that Big Island. So all in all, we're looking at more than 200,000 customers without power in the state of Hawaii. I will tell you, we're talking to some people about this who experienced not only the outages at some of these nearby hotels, but also the alerts waking them up in the middle of the night. Listen.
I got stuck in the elevators 2 times in the same exact one, and they shut down and the power went out here. They couldn't use machines, and we almost got trapped in the elevator. We pressed the emergency button. We had to go down the stairs.
Some interesting family memories being made, you could say, but we know that the hotels are doing their best to take care of folks. A lot of them have been taking precautions, planning in advance. I know one in particular has a number of flashlights available for guests who are dealing with these outages. And a sign of improvement is that both airports over on the Big Island that were shut down yesterday have reopened today after an assessment this morning. The airport here in Honolulu is actually, we know, had a flight take off in the last hour, Jane. So maybe we could see some progress, though we know there are hundreds of delays expected there today.
Honolulu's airport operations seeing that break in coverage, and they're saying, let's get out of here and do it safely. So I think it's a good call for a lot of people, obviously hunkering in. And you're right, what a family memory. You know, looking back, hey, Mom, Dad, remember when we got stuck in an elevator and had to walk down a flight of stairs in Hawaii on our family vacation? So, you know, I think for many, this is certainly a storm that is going to be remembered out of Lala, and hopefully it'll be remembered and people will be staying safe. So, Katie, appreciate the update there in Honolulu. We'll be checking back in soon.